And if you could just introduce yourself.
I play keyboards in Alice.
My name is Anna Maria, and I am the founder and vocalist in the band Vajra.
What was the initial start?
So we all have pretty storied histories.
I was just bored during COVID. Did a little demo, put it out, and it was pretty well received by the community. And
always had a thing for horror punk and stuff.
Something that started with me and a laptop during quarantine, and just like, oh yeah, all those times I said, if only I didn't have to work my job all the time, and now like I could have time to do that. Well, now this is that.
All right. And if you could introduce yourself to the fine folks at home, I really appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nick No from Spectral Sounds Media and That Autumn Night, which we don't have anything out yet, but we will soon. So
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, I'll be looking forward to that because I know I've been trying to get you on here for one reason or another for a while now. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully we'll get you on for that too. Okay.
Definitely.
So, now that we're here, now that we're having this conversation, I am super excited because I know that you have a couple releases coming out with your label that some of them are going to be for charity events and things like that. And I'm really excited to talk about both the music and what the charities are. So why don't you tell us and the people at home a little bit about those?
Absolutely. So basically right now we have Undead and Underground psychobilly tribute or psychobilly compilation album. It is going to be for a Parkinson's research charity. It's the Parkinson's Foundation. Basically, my dad had Parkinson's, and I watched him suffer horribly with that. And I just, I was looking for the right charity, and it just kind of hit me. And my dad, passed away a couple years ago, so I just kind of wanted to do something to honor his life. And I hadn't found the right thing until now. So, and he was always in the like 50s rockabilly and stuff like that. So I think it would be like a kind of a cool thing, cool, perfect album for the charity. So, but basically, I used to run Ramones Core Radio Records, and with that, every single compilation album we did was for charity. And I'm carrying that over into the new label. That's very important to me. We've done like cancer research. We've done Suicide Lifeline. We've done a bunch of different charities. And, I just kind of want to keep that up with the new label. So that's where my head's at with that. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. First of all, I do have to say it's really cool to hear the backstory behind that and, learn a little bit about more where you come from. I used to play in post-hardcore bands in the early 2000s. This is like a whole new scene for me. I'm jumping into it, and but like I really respect that. I think what you're doing and the way you're honoring your father and everything is super cool. I I think that one of the things that we as musicians or creators, whatever you want to call yourself, or what we do in these kind of spaces, is we have an opportunity to like reach people, really reach them on an emotional level with the art we produce.
That's
And
very true.
yeah, and when we pair that with things like this, like these charity things, and there's a real power that we have that we might not have in other aspects of our lives. We can control a lot of things in like you might, I don't know what your politics are, it's irrelevant to the conversation, but like the fact of the matter is everyone needs help at some time. And when we are able to get together like this and do these kind of charities and raise money and work in this kind of way, it's a really powerful thing. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about having a scene, for lack of a better word, is that
Very
real
true.
community. And our, and our scene here it's not just like, you're not just Florida, right? Like we're lucky enough that because we're in the internet age, it's now global. So we can reach people all over the world and collaborate on these projects like this.
Yeah, it's amazing because I've been doing music shit forever, and before the internet, I wasn't too active, but I was a little bit, and everything was a fucking nightmare. Everything was like by mail, by phone. Like the internet has literally saved the scene, in my opinion. Like it's bringing everybody together in a big way, and it's awesome. And yeah,
Oh,
the scene, with punk rock and like psychobilly and all that stuff, it's always been kind of like making a change and like stuff like that. And that's really what I want to hold on to, is like making a change, making a difference through punk rock and through psychobilly and horror punk and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great scene, man. It's awesome, and the internet age is incredible too, because I wouldn't be
yeah.
able to do half of what I was doing right now if it wasn't for that. So
Oh yeah, yeah, no,
yeah,
for sure. Um,
yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about the music though, on this compilation album. Can you tell us yet who some of the artists are, who's going to be on it, what maybe some
Yeah,
of the songs are?
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a list right in front of me, and I talk to
No
like a
worries, no.
million bands every day. So, but some of the ones that stick out to me, like Atomic Psychos, they're fucking killer band. 5 Cent Freak Show, who is incredible.
Love you,
Who else
Nikki.
is there? Uh, Newer band. I don't know much about them. I just kind of found them recently, but they're called Lords of the Highway. They got a really cool sound. It's a little bit more on the rockabilly side, but it's still got that psychobilly kind of kick to it. So they're really good. And yeah, it's just it's incredible. I can't think of their name off the top of my head. One of the bands is the only psychobilly band in their country, and they like want to be like a big deal. Like they were actually on oh man, I wish I knew their name off the top of my head. They were on like their country's version of The Voice, like the
Mm.
American show, which is so crazy to me. But yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's awesome working with all these bands, and I got some really awesome bands this time. And yeah, this is just issue one. This is ongoing. I already have bands lined up for the second one, and it's going to be a continuation. And like I said, with every comp, it's going to be the next one will be for a different charity, and so on and so forth. And they'll just keep going like that. So I am getting to the point where I'm more interested in. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm more interested in kind of looking at the specific bands and maybe signing them and working with them. But not there yet, but I'm definitely leaning towards that happening and going full-fledged label again, which I
Mm.
said I would never do, but I can't keep myself away from it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure, for sure. They keep pulling you back. I get it, man.
yep. Always. This punk rock, psychobilly, all these scenes just they have such a hold on me. I can't stay away. So
Yeah,
yep.
well, let's talk about that a little bit. What was your like introduction to the scene, and why did it mean so much to you? If just for people who might be watching this who aren't in the scene, and like why did it have such a powerful impact on you, and like how did it shape your life?
Uh well, I guess it goes way back. I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was young. I was probably like 10 or 11, and I was just I always had a thing for music because my dad really loved music. And I would scan through FM radio stations like every Friday and Saturday night. And I came across one radio station, and it was playing punk music. And I was like, just floored. I was taken away like to a place I'd never been before. It was incredible. And the song specifically um, that came on, like the second song as I stopped on that radio station, was In for Riot, Kids of the 80s. And that song, like from the first opening part of that riff, was just, it fucking blew me away, and I was sold. And then later, once I started learning more about it and stuff, like the politics and like the making a change, making a difference, and then you have like bands like Conflict who are like animal rights, and then you have bands who are like workers' rights and stuff like that, and it's just it consumed me. And then like I've always been huge into like horror and like all that stuff. So when I found horror punk, I was like even more fucking blown away. I was like, this is incredible. This is punk rock with horror. This is the greatest thing. And yeah, it just consumed me. And like I said, the biggest thing for me is like I want to be a good person, and I want to make a change in the world. And as small as the smallest change I can make, I'll be happy. I just want to make some kind of change and make some kind of impact. And um, that's what draws me to the whole like punk scene in general, is just like the making a change like through the music and stuff. It really, you know, it got me. So that's kind of how I fell in. And God, that was a long, long time ago. But
For
I
sure.
don't, I'm never, I'm never going to give it up. I'll step down for a little bit, but here I am again. I'm always back. So, yep,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, hey, I gotta say, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for thinking about us for,
absolutely.
allowing us to be the platform to announce this
Oh,
release.
thank you.
Anytime you want to come on, if you've got bands or anything you want to announce, I'm happy to
Awesome.
help. If I can help with these charities in any way, you let me know and we'll
I
post
will
it up
for
there. And
sure.
I want the audience to hold me to that, okay? We're gonna push these out as hard as we can because these things are important. These charities,
They are. They
even
are.
past the music, there are so many causes that like you might not be able to move a mountain yourself, but if you get enough people together, there's a good chance you can at least get it to budge. And
Yeah. Yep.
I think what you're doing is awesome, man. I really
I
support
think what
it.
you're
And
doing is awesome too, as
oh,
well. It's really
thank
awesome.
you.
Seriously, I've been really enjoying the show so far. So
Well,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
you're
I
doing
really
it.
appreciate that. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
trying my best to get attention on wonderful bands and labels and things like that. So I think all you guys are killing it, and I that's why I got behind this whole thing and was like, I want to be there. I want to help you guys, and I don't have any of my own personal music out yet. And this isn't about me. We're here to focus audience on this, but I'm hoping that the little I can contribute, the little I can help. I hope it does have an impact and really does bring eyes onto all you guys because what you're doing with the compilation, it's really cool, and I think there's so much talent in the scene. Before we wrap
There
up, I
is.
actually wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Um, I know that music comes in waves, and you can't
Yeah.
explain why
No,
it comes the way it does, but like right now, I feel like there's so much talent in the
there
scene,
is.
and I know you're not signing particular bands,
Yeah.
but are there any bands that you've either worked with in the past or are currently working with that you can disclose that you think deserve a little extra attention that are really kind of special in your own mind?
Yes, definitely. Off the top of my head, Space Age Zeros. I worked with them with my last label. Incredible band. They're so good. And I don't know. I think they're kind of taking off a bit more now, but when they first started, it was a little shaky. But they definitely need every pair of eyes they can get on them. They have such good music. They're a really talented group of musicians, and yeah, they're just go check them out. Space Age Zeros. Yep. And the other one, I can't remember their name. I'm sorry. The Cheap Pops. The Cheap Pops. They're another really, really good band. I think they're from Denmark, or Germany. I'm sorry, Germany. They're another really incredible band, very talented guys, which are not getting enough attention. They need a lot more. So definitely check those two out for sure.
All right,
Yep,
all right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
absolutely. You too, dude. Thanks again.
Hi, all. It's William from the future. I was realizing when I edited the video that I totally fumbled giving you guys the information on how to actually find, the charity album that we had been discussing, as well as any of the links to Spectral Sounds Media, as well as the actual date, which is the most important thing of when this is all going to kick off and be released. So let's start with that. This charity album is going to be released on the 5th of March. That's just a couple days away. As of recording this right now, it is officially the 3rd of March right now. So if you could help me spread this far and wide to help with this charity, I would really appreciate it. The charity is more important than the views or anything. We want to, have a large impact and do as much as we can to help. So with that in mind, the best place to go, you can go to spectralsoundmedia.com. You can go to Spectral Sound Media on Facebook, or you can go to ssm13.bandcamp.com. I personally like to go to Artist Bandcamp and support them that way. Any of those methods work. I genuinely and sincerely hope that you guys will help support this wonderful cause and all of the work that's going to be going into it, and get some cool tunes out of it as well. A lot of the bands on it, I've seen the track list, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll just leave it at that. While we're here and we're closing out, I'd also like to again once mention, if you could leave a like, if you could subscribe to our channel, things like that. I'm hoping in the future to bring more new stuff like this to you guys. More works of charity, more release dates, more work with labels, things like that. But I can only do that as the channel grows. So if you wouldn't mind leaving a like in the video, subscribing to the channel, leaving comments below, I would really appreciate that. And if you're looking to help us support us further, you can also go to our Patreon and support us there. A link to that will be below. I'm going to make sure in this video that the link to Spectral Sound and everything is above, because we really do want to put the charity first with this one. But if you are looking to support us, every dollar that you spend on us, it's a $5 Patreon support, goes to helping us get better equipment, new equipment, developing content ideas and things like that. I want to start doing all sorts of cool things with the channel. Maybe go see some of these bands live, catch some interviews before or after the show, who knows? But I can only do that with your guys' support. So thank you so much in advance for considering that. And I genuinely hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.